from getting shocked by his electric fence to swapping sheep for cows on the farm. Let's talk about how actual farmers feel about Jeremy Clarkson. You may know the English broadcaster from his famous Top Gear series, but he's taken on a completely new role as a farmer in his Amazon Prime show, Clarkson's Farm. And while Clarkson is known for dividing opinions, it seems that most farmers are loving him and the show. Bill Kwan, the chair of the Herefordshire National Farmers Union, describes him as a bull in a china shop, but goes on to say that he brings a lot of different aspects of farming to the public's notice. He even wishes that Clarkson was his neighbor. And if you're wondering why, it's because of all the economic benefits Clarkson could bring to the region. I mean, it's no doubt that the show is a sure hit. In the first series of the show, they covered topics such as the weather and flea beetle attacks, which destroyed 10 acres of rapeseed. In the second series, they focus on engagement with neighbors, which, by the way, is very relevant in counties like Herefordshire, where farm development is being ruined by planners. So it's safe to say that tons of farmers can relate to the show on a personal level. Speaking of which, one of the things that Mr. Kwan and the other farmers appreciate about the show is the spotlight it shines on sustainable farming and the struggles it comes with. Everyone knows that food is a basic necessity of life, and with almost 70 million people to feed by the end of the decade, the farming community is under immense pressure to keep up with the demand. As pig farmer Simon Price pointed out, sustainable farming can feed a significant number of people, support biodiversity, and still generate profit. And this is exactly what Jeremy Clarkson's farm is attempting to do. In the first season of Clarkson's Farm, fans saw some of the struggles that come with sustainable farming, from dealing with pests and crop failure to unexpected costs, and even the wrong-sized tractor. But despite the setbacks, Clarkson's Farm continues to strive towards a sustainable and profitable farming system, highlighting the troubles farmers face every single day to provide people with food from all over the world. And that's something the farmers really appreciate, because Clarkson's Farm has also helped revolutionize the farming industry, because he's a figure that people want to watch. And the show has overall created so much awareness among people that farmers are getting to hear people say, "I didn't know that happened in the countryside," which is exactly what they want. Because while watching the show, people living in the cities are finding out not just about the dangers of bovine TB, but also about the importance and the impact of the weather on the farming ecosystem, as the show also goes on to highlight the health and safety issues in the industry, and the fact that 50 people a year are killed, facing sad deaths, mostly in falls from height or by livestock. Ouch. But honestly, it's great to see that Clarkson's Farm is raising awareness about things that you and I would have probably never known. Farmer and author James Rebanks even agrees that Clarkson has done more for farmers in one series of Clarkson's Farm than another similar show, Country File, achieved in 30 years. But not everyone believed in him from the start. According to Rob Rose, a farmer from Rosewood Farm, he was initially skeptical about the show like everyone else, but was pleasantly surprised by its accuracy and relatability. Rose appreciated the fact that the show didn't try to make farming seem glamorous, and instead accurately portrayed the absurdity of farming as a career. He also appreciated that the show didn't overshadow the supporting team, showcasing the importance of working efficiently in farming, because, well, obviously not all the characters portrayed in the show are actual farmers, but they're definitely entertaining and relatable. The skepticism they showed towards a new person like Clarkson coming and trying to fit in has always been genuine. Speaking of which, things weren't so easy for Clarkson either, but boy did he manage to make the best out of a rough situation. Throughout the first series, fans saw Clarkson face a variety of challenges, from buying a lamb that turned out to be a ram, to dealing with the destruction of his rapeseed crop by flea beetles. And as if that wasn't challenging enough, he also had to navigate the complexities of running a farm during a pandemic, which included issues with staffing and social distancing measures. And adding to it all, the British weather was at its most unpredictable back then, with extreme heat followed by heavy rain. I really do feel sorry for the guy. Let's get one thing straight though. No, Jeremy Clarkson is not your typical farmer. He's got a reported 48 million pounds in the bank, which makes him the ultimate hobby farmer. But don't let that put you off, because he's genuinely trying to learn the ropes of farming, and he's doing it all on camera for our entertainment. In fact, one of the things that make the show so enjoyable is that Jeremy knows he knows nothing about farming. So he's got a team of advisors and practical helpers, and he's listening to them. Yes, you heard that right. He's listening to people a third of his age who are swearing at him for not doing things right. If that's not dedication, I don't know what it is. And season 1 was only the beginning, because oh boy, in season 2, Clarkson decides to swap sheep for cows. But little does he know that he has 2 major challenges waiting for him. Of course, I'm talking about the badger population and the local council. And trust me, they're no ordinary problems. The badgers pose a threat to the cows since they can carry bovine tuberculosis, which can be fatal to the animals. And Clarkson has to navigate how to protect his cows while also respecting the protected status of badgers. On the other hand, the council also opposes his plans to open a restaurant on the farm, making season 2 a roller coaster ride of emotions. And if you thought all these farming experiences came without their cost, then think again. Clarkson's disasters during his farming experience have cost him a small fortune. In fact, he's infamous for his expensive mistakes at this point. In one of the show's episodes, he spent a fortune on a fancy Lamborghini tractor, but it was too big for his shed and had the wrong hitch, so he couldn't even use it with his other equipment. But that's not all. It was also revealed that he lost 10 acres of crops. Why? Well, because he stopped using insecticides after discovering they were harmful to bees. I mean, the poor guy was just trying to protect the bees, so his heart was in the right place. But the decision definitely came with a price. In another hilarious episode, fans also got to see him struggling to control his sheep and getting shocked by his own electric fence. Ouch! And let's not forget his failed attempt to grow wasabi, which was eaten by his own pheasants. In another farming misadventure, Clarkson attempted to grow potatoes, but ended up with a whopping 16 tons of the spuds. Sadly, it was not enough to sell to supermarkets, but too much to sell on the roadside. He even thought of building a farm shop to sell them, but it was too late. By the time he finished building the shop, all the potatoes had already rotted away. But despite these hilarious mishaps, Clarkson is genuinely trying to learn and improve. In fact, Caleb, one of his team members, revealed that Clarkson spent hours trying to learn how to drill a field. And hey, these moments definitely make for some great entertainment. But let's hope there are fewer disasters in the show's future episodes, for Clarkson's sake. And that's all you need to know about how actual farmers feel about Jeremy Clarkson.